So, we are at a kind of shop of sorts. Kind of see from the area. I'm going to talk about the impact of Grand Theft Auto. So, this series came out about 14 years ago, and it was a rather desired series, mainly just because for 3D games, it was a... I'm trying to think, what was it? You know, Mario 64, Final Fantasy 7, GoldenEye, these all sorts of games. You know, Mario was just the embrace of 3D. Final Fantasy was role-playing games in 3D. And GoldenEye was weapon-based video games in 3D. But Grand Theft Auto was just based upon a real-life situation. So, which is something that I enjoyed, because the missions give you the sense of what life would be like if you were to take on a life of crime. Now, the reason why this is interesting is just because the missions go along where these people make livings doing odd jobs. Now, instead of just doing certain things, you're going to be like blowing up people's cars and putting bombs in them, fighting with, you know, taking crazy jumps. I mean, the impact of Grand Theft Auto 3 was large because you were able to get more going. So you actually had to have money in order to progress. The only other way you could get weapons were to beat people down. And so, naturally, I mean, the game has progressed rather well, and I remember, I'm thinking of what it did in the year 2002, because when I received the game, it was June of 2002, and pretty much I played that game for at least that summer, but I just had a periodic type vision with that game. I guess I could talk about it. I would have friends over, and we would take 2 turns, meaning we would each get 2 lives, and we'd see how far we could get. Now, sometimes that ended up stemming to just killing all the civilians and, you know, waiting for the cops to kill us, which was new at the time. So naturally, when I played this game, the first thing I remember is getting into a fight with a pimp. You know, the pimps were purple, and it was something like that. I ended up having a bat or something. But those first couple missions I actually was able to beat without cheats. So I ended up getting into a fight with a pimp. And really what happened after that, I was able to beat a few of the missions, the beginning ones, but really most people were playing these games with cheats. And that was something that right off the bat, you know, there was just tons of them. You had your armor cheat, you had your health cheat, you had your weapons cheat, and you had your wanted cheat, of course. You know, if you had a wanted level, you just couldn't necessarily get anywhere because you would get busted relatively quickly. So, I probably, you know, I played that game with at least 3 or 4 different friends of mine. But it lasted until that first game, Grand Theft Auto 3, lasted about until 2003. It really swept things up. And that was the thing. I did like it, and you know, I just wasn't aware of how big it had hit me at the time.